Did you see
So
the photo on the front of our profile? You may not have.
No.
I think so.
Yeah,
On Facebook?
yeah, the front of the No Lights Paranormal. Like not my personal profile, but the one for No Lights.
Oh. No, I never clicked on it. I don't know why.
I think I saw it whenever I went on there, but I never like zoomed in on it.
That's weird.
Well, that picture was taken at Old Gray Cemetery at about 7:30 in the afternoon. You have to open the picture up to kind of to see it better. But in the back on the left, you'll see Alex standing there with his red sweater on, and then two of our other investigators were there, and whatever that thing on the right. And it just so happens that there is actually a headstone over there, just off. You can't see it; it's just at a camera site, but the headstone is of a Civil War soldier. And I kind of looks to me like he's, got the hat on and everything.
Yeah, like running.
Yeah. And like I said, it was still daylight. It was like 7:30 in the middle of summer.
Yeah,
I
there's
took
also
that
like
photo.
lights in the trees. What are those lights?
So I don't know. It's very possible that it's just lights from like shit behind the tree.
Mm.
Um, because I didn't notice it at the time.
Mm.
Show
I mean,
me the soldier, because I see a woman.
where do you see a woman? That photo of that
Yeah.
maybe. I have no idea.
so just so you're aware, we are up and recording right now. So
Oh, okay, cool. We're just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So anyway, go ahead and introduce yourselves. You guys, I know that you are beyond the veil. Talk to me. Who are you?
First,
I'm Jules.
I'm Zach. Yes, we are Beyond the Veil, paranormal investigators from Arkansas.
Awesome. What parts of Arkansas do you cover, or are you willing to pretty much go everywhere?
We pretty much go everywhere. We're in Northwest Arkansas, so we have the like iconic Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Everybody knows about
Very
that.
cool.
But really, we don't really do much else in Arkansas. Honestly, we tend to go branch out Oklahoma, Kansas,
Everywhere else.
Texas, Missouri. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I feel like there's a lot of like probably abandoned buildings and stuff like that here, but the chances of getting into those and not getting into any kind of trouble versus traveling to
Mhm.
well-known areas. I mean, we also
Yeah.
have like the ghost town in Rush.
Yeah, we're just like in the Bible Belt, so sometimes it's like people aren't gonna let you into their buildings, or it's just,
Yeah,
not as
We had issues with that down in Knoxville as well. There was a
Yeah.
lot of a lot of naysayers. They were like, "No, you're not coming in here."
yeah.
Uh,
So it's
so
hard. So we go up.
agreed wholeheartedly. Before Beyond the Veil was a team as it is now, what was your first true paranormal experience? The one that made you like stop trying to rationalize and really start paying attention?
I mean, I grew up in St. Louis. I moved around a lot as a kid, and the area that I feel like I experienced the most was in Jefferson County. It was kind of just like in the woods type of area. Um, and I had a friend who lived in it was Blackwell, Missouri, and there's a lot of like history within Blackwell. A lot of interesting things have happened, and this was like a newly built house on old land. Tons of things happened, and his bedroom was on the main floor, but his window it was built on a hill,
Mhm.
So his window was so high that nobody could get to it just standing outside.
Right.
And so many times as kids, when I stayed there, there was like knocking on the window. There were sounds coming from outside the house. And we're both like, unless this person has like a 15, 20-foot ladder, there shouldn't be anybody knocking on this window.
Right.
Um, things happening like in his basement, stuff like that. So yeah, that was kind of my entry point of experiencing interesting things like that.
What about you, Jules?
I'm sorry, my child. Sorry.
I had to be like,
Um,
you're on the spot now.
yeah. I didn't really have much when I was a kid. Like I was always interested in the paranormal, but nothing really happened to me when I was younger. It was like during COVID, I just decided I wanted to start doing this. Um, I'm like, honestly, I was just so excited from the jump. Like seeing an EMF reader go off was like, or like seeing the flashlight turn on, I was like, so like it was always, I don't know. Just always, I don't know, that excitement from the very beginning. Like there wasn't one in particular thing. It was like, first time I went was just like, wow.
Well, and I'm
That's
sure COVID too, it was like on lockdown, it was something to do.
Right, yeah.
That you guys are like the perfect example of like the hunter and the gatherer. Like one of you is looking for it, and the other one it just found you.
Yeah,
So that's awesome.
it is.
So what was the very first investigation that you guys conducted as a team?
See, as a team, that's interesting to think about. Because together, was Malvern Manor. First
Yeah.
time we
Malvern
investigated
Manor.
together.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. You should go.
Awesome.
As a team, as Beyond the Veil.
Like, and it's weird because we've only like as Beyond the Veil, we've only been doing this for what 2.5 years.
As Beyond the Veil.
But it seems like so long ago to think like where was our first?
I would say our first team, even though we weren't Beyond the Veil, would probably be the Crescent, right? Or
Yeah, because before Beyond the Veil, she was just Jules Paranormal,
Yeah.
and then we made the combining of us together. So yeah, I think that was the Crescent was like our first investigation as Beyond the Veil.
Awesome. So how was like the energy of the place that night?
I don't know. It's always weird to me because it's still an active hotel, so you have to be comfortable with other people who aren't doing that same thing around there. It doesn't bother me too much, but it's definitely harder. I feel like to do like serious type of work because of
Agreed.
the amount of people.
yeah, and just all the debunking you have to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I feel like the energy was still. It was. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't. Didn't feel negative. It didn't feel heavy or anything. Um, I know for me, it was my first time even being there,
Nice.
so it was very overwhelming to see the size of this hotel and like taking in all the information like while I'm there. And we didn't even do the like ghost tour that they had there
Mhm.
until like after like our second or third time being there. But yeah, it was interesting. It definitely felt something there just with the history, obviously of everything that went on.
It's just such a magical place. Like not the Crescent, but Eureka Springs.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of stories out of that area. So
yeah,
so yeah, I get that. I get that. So obviously, Jules, for you, it was like just sheer excitement. I want to do this. What the heck is going on? Um, and then for you, it was, this is something that's been happening ever since I was a kid. What was it that actually inspired you to put it together and form Beyond the Veil 2.5 years ago?
These are heavy questions.
it's a lot. Trying to do like the short version of it. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, I had no interest in actually like. I shouldn't say I didn't have any interest. I just never did any of the investigation type
Mhm.
activity.
He was always behind the camera.
Yeah, I was always the camera side. For me, it was always like the fascination of taking photos, the history, seeing photos, being there, type of deal.
That makes sense.
Um, so then our family company started there, and then that's when we started hosting events for people to come to. So that's when I really started investigating. Um, and we ended up finding each other through TikTok.
Yeah, we met doing this.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I love that.
yeah. So then
Yeah.
it lined up.
It just made sense. It was like, obviously, we're gonna.
Yeah. It just kind of like lined up to where Melbourne Manor was a location that we were going to. We were in talks. She came out, and like that was kind of like the first time we investigated together, um, but not as Beyond the Veil.
Sure.
And so it was almost like I mean, it was like a first date type of thing. It was a very interesting
Yeah.
first date.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my God, I love that.
And now thinking about it, yeah,
Yeah.
we skipped restaurant dinner.
Yeah.
We just went straight into
Movies.
the ghost.
Yeah.
I love that. That's perfect,
Right.
actually.
We
Yeah.
have like a good balance. Like he's very calm all the time, and when investigating, and then I'm like the
Yeah.
yeah.
We're actually pretty much the same way. Alex is
Yeah.
always very, very level, and I'm the one that's just like all over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
when
it.
we finally met up, and obviously we were dating first and stuff like that, that's when we kind of, oh, we could do this together. Like
Yeah.
the chemistry's there. We're both, this is something that we're both super interested in.
Right.
Like she is, I'm not. She's dragging me along, type of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It just made sense.
yeah,
You know what? Some people Netflix and chill. Other people hunt dead guys.
exactly.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I love it. So, do you believe, kind of switching gears just a little bit, do you believe that when you go into a location, the simple act of investigators being present influences the paranormal activity at the location?
I'd say maybe our energy does.
Mhm.
Whatever energy we're bringing into their energy field probably does. There's X and Y's going on, and they're having to probably adapt to our energy. I don't know.
I would say 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because and it all depends on the type of person, and I guess that goes with like their energy, their intent, like their intentions, and everything like that. Um, just being like the first time she was at the Garnett house, tons of things were going on. It was a crazy night for her. She came back like explaining all this, and I was like, "Yeah, cool, this is great. Let's go." We went, and like nothing. I
Oh
had
no.
absolutely nothing. And this is like nothing against the Garnett house, but again, it's
It just depends.
maybe I just, I went in with the expectation of all this stuff happening, so maybe my energy was off. I don't know.
I wonder if they just simply know that and they're like, oh, they're waiting for us to be
Yeah.
like, a circus, trick ponies over here. We're just gonna sit quiet tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, I always joke around. The only thing that scares me is spiders. Um,
I
you
can
know,
feel
I
it.
I could be anywhere, do anything. I've been in, um, I was walking Waverly by myself with no flashlight. I've been in MSP, like I've been everywhere alone with no flashlight, and I still don't get scared because this is something I want to do. Like I'm looking for that
Right.
thing to happen.
Yeah,
Um,
you and Alex are pretty identical on that one because he does the same
Yeah.
exact thing.
Yeah.
I see that spider and I scream. It's a completely different side of me. But I mean, yeah, we've been in locations where there's been just us, and we've had tons of stuff, and there's been 8, 9 of us, and maybe it's overwhelming to them.
Right.
Yeah, I think definitely people being there, because then you hear all the time too, like location owners being in their building all the time, and it's just them, and stuff happens.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. Awesome. No, and I do agree with that. Especially I think that like you were saying, Jules, us bringing our energy, I think that kind of even goes along with we're bringing, battery from our electronics. And this is all energy that they can drain and they can use and they can gain from. So whatever, not just like our aura, our energy, how we're feeling, if we're upbeat or sad or whatever, but our literal physical energy, I think, can kind of help feed it as well. Um, so yeah, so over time, over the course of the time that you've been doing this, from prior all the way up to now, um, what is there any one thing that you would say has changed the way that you investigate or even just approach a location?
Yeah, becoming a mother.
Facts, facts.
Like, oh my God. And I think we should make a whole episode on that because like before, I was so brave. I would do the same thing. I would go walk alone in buildings, no big deal. I'd go in abandoned buildings, no big deal. Now that I'm a mom, and I don't even like know like why. I guess it is just everything about being a mom, but
Mhm.
I'm scared. I don't want to be alone anymore. Like, obviously, I can't go in a abandoned building and get arrested. Obviously, I'm a mother. But like
Yeah,
the whole paranormal stuff and investigating, like I'm definitely more like cautious. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. I think that our self-preservation awareness really increases quite a bit because we're like, you know what, this is great and this is fun, but here in a couple hours, I have somebody I got to get home to.
yeah.
So I get that. I get that completely. I felt the same exact way. My son is now 18. He turned 18 just a few days ago. Um, so for me, it's sort of, I wouldn't say worn off, but it's eased up a little bit. So it's
Yeah.
not quite as bad now.
He goes with
Yeah.
us now, so
Yeah, yeah. Now he's with us. He's right next to us every single step of the way. So yeah.
Our daughter's not even 2. I've had people ask me, "Have you taken her yet?" I'm like, "No." No.
Our son was
I'm like,
not.
"What?"
We kept literally everything. Oh, like I mean, obviously we didn't try to tell him like ghosts don't exist or anything like that. If he saw
Right,
something,
right.
we would completely acknowledge it as it is, but we
Right.
wouldn't show him evidence. We wouldn't take him to locations until he was, gosh, I think he was like 14 first time he went with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So until he was like mature enough to handle getting the shit scared out of him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she has like Mothman Baby and
She has books and
yeah,
stuff that
Bigfoot
are
Baby books.
alien books and stuff, but
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, definitely I would never ever have hidden any of it from my son. I think that it's
right.
important that he understands.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
You
not
know,
taking her to a location at 1.5.
Yeah. Or we're not switching off Elmo
right.
for Colby
Like,
or
here you
something.
go, kiddo. Have at it. Do you, me personally, I am sort of the historian and reader and whatever you want to call it, Encyclopedia Britannica when it comes to the investigations we do. Do you guys like to deep dive into the history of a location before you investigate or after?
I do. He tends to not.
Yeah. Um, I think this kind of goes with like what has changed for me as well, and with the history is expectations.
Yes.
Because I know in the beginning, I would go to a location and I'd hear all these stories of people being like, "Oh, we got this happened for us," and so I'd go in being like, "Cool, like that's ground zero, like that has to happen for me," and so then I should have that and more.
Yep.
Uh, Quickly did I have to learn that that wasn't the case because you spend 8 hours in a building and the most you get is a tap or
Mhm.
a whisper type of thing.
Or sometimes not even that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely go in with very, very low expectation because then at that point, if nothing happens, you can't you can't be upset. I mean, I'm still
Yeah.
doing this with my wife, and then we still met a bunch of friends. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, to me, I don't. Oh, one of our lights died. I don't like to read. I like to know the basics.
Yeah.
Um, if there's, like Garnett has the Grinner, I like to know about that, but I don't want to hear
Story.
super long details because in my head, then if something is happening, I'm kind of connecting like, oh, this is such and such from that story or from that
Predisposed.
piece of his. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
We just
I
had
mean,
a very
I leave
long.
that all up to her.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just like it because it's interesting. You know what I mean? But like you know, I just want to know because
Yeah.
I'm kind of a history nerd, so for me, I think it would be I want to know the history of a location. I want to know who has lived there. I want to know what the place has been, but I don't necessarily want to hear about the hauntings until
Yeah.
after
Right.
the fact.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think there's pros and cons to both, but like a pro to knowing the history is like who you're trying to talk to. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah,
trying to talk to somebody who is just blank. I know nothing about them. How am I supposed to like relate to them or
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. That's why I like to know the history, but not the hauntings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
We had a very, very long discussion about this and about sometimes Alex, explain like almost like the mind over matter that you were discussing.
What part?
Like going into a location where you already have something that you think might be there.
Oh, the whole preconceived notion thing. I hate it. When we first started, it was even as simple as like outside of her and I, like with the rest of the team, like I don't talk to anybody during investigations. I don't tell anybody what I feel. I do not want you to be influenced in any way by what I think I may or may not see. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of the mind over matter thing for me. I'm like, I don't want to think that I might see something just because you did.
Mhm.
Right.
Uh, I let my
That's me too.
EVPs stand on their own two legs. I'm like, if I get a name, maybe I get one, but it shouldn't be Sarah just because 43 people thought Sarah lived here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
43 people. That's very specific.
I
And
picked a
then
23
number
is
out
all
of
right, but 43.
we've also had some interesting discussions about whether or not we believe um, you can go into a location where maybe your entire team will come.
Could you tell Ollie to be quiet in there? Mine's being quiet.
Yours is always good. Come here. Hang on a minute, guys. We'll cut this part out.
Did you have ours?
Her child screaming. I can barely hear her.
She wasn't screaming. She was saying, "Mommy,
No.
Uh-oh.
mommy."
That means mine's gonna win out too. Give me a minute.
What are you doing? Has he been?
Oh, outside time. Yeah, I actually also say that ghost hunting is like 90% boring until it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
It's starting to be that way.
yeah,
It was exciting in the beginning.
I think that's like when I went to Waverly, that was always like one of my number one bucket list locations, and so I did for that trip specifically. I did a lot of history searching. I looked at a lot of photos and stuff like that, and so when I went there, like I was standing in the courtyard, like where they had all the cots laid out for their patients getting sun exposure. I was like, there's absolutely nothing paranormal going on right now, but knowing that I'm in the same location where that photo was taken was interesting. I was on the roof where they had a play set that kids would play on the top of
Yep.
this building. So it was for me there, that location, like we had a decent amount of things going on, but I'm like, it's like a history playground more than it is paranormal for me right now.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So to be fair, one thing that I will say to bounce off of that was Waverly was our first big pay-to-pay place.
Yeah.
So we've been there twice now.
Yeah, pay to play. That's our term for the big places.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been. I'd love to go.
Do you
It's
guys? I got a question
phenomenal.
for you. Do you guys do like local residential stuff ever? Like private
I
investigations?
have not. he has in his past company.
Yeah. So I've done 3 or 4 now. Um, if I had to go off of those 3 or 4, would I ever do it again? No. But I think that was because of who I was going with. Wasn't the right group of people.
I get
Um,
that.
yeah. And out of those 4, the one that we went to, you definitely learn things, which is vetting the person a little bit better before we
Yes.
go. So we were in Kansas City and Blue Springs, I think, to this woman who had 2 children. Had like a bunch of interesting things happen in her house. We go. It was really quiet. Um, we're all sitting in the basement, and there was just enough light that you can kind of see, the people that were down there. And I see her go like that, and then a toy comes my way, and she's like, "Did you guys see that?" And I was like, I happened to look at my team member and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna talk about this one." Now, do I blame her for anything else that went on? No, I don't live there.
Right.
But the second you start throwing toys at me and are like
Hmm.
looking at us in the eyes, being like, "It was a ghost," I'm like, "I saw you."
Oh man.
It just kind of
Oh,
ruined the night.
I honest to goodness, I'm the kind of asshole that would have called her out right then and there.
Yeah, yeah. I think
I'd
I was
been
a
like,
cameraman,
you.
so I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, I
had
mean,
we had an interesting investigation in Wadsworth one time for a couple who was having some issues, um, and we actually ended up finding something, and we tried to give them, a little bit of education to help them with the fear. Um, 2 weeks later, she put the house on the market, sold it, and moved. And I was like, oh, well, okay.
just out of there.
Yeah. Personally, probably just not the job for me. Like people who do that, like shout out to them because a lot of the times that's hard stuff. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like mental health issues. And so for the people who go out and do
Mhm.
help those people, like praises to them. But that's a lot for me. You know what I mean?
I got my own issues.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do it with anybody else.
I think
I understand completely.
I
the
think
one that we go ahead.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think the one thing that I can say that I really enjoy about doing the smaller residential places is that I literally have zero expectations when I go in.
Yeah.
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 So it's not like I spent $1,200 to go to Waverly Hills and then nothing happened that night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, we did one in Illinois, and it was like a younger woman. It was an extremely old house, and we had gotten some like interesting things there. Um, and it was one of those two where you didn't have 43 other groups going and investigating this house. Like it was just us. So yeah, we didn't have all these things influencing what we were going to find. Like she had her own type of evidence that she had gotten, but knowing that like we were in a kind of like an untapped place, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
um, it was interesting. But maybe I do it again with the right group, right people. Um, I don't do a whole lot of like cleansing work.
Okay.
So like right off the bat there, it's like I would need somebody
Yeah,
to go with
professional.
me to do
Yeah,
that.
Right.
they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I get that completely.
Yeah.
So, how do you approach communicating with spirits in an ethical way? Or maybe where do you personally draw the line between a provoking sort of investigation and respect for the dead?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
it crosses the line pretty quick for me. Like if you start to tell them to be aggressive and stuff, like that's kind of
Yeah.
too much for me.
Um,
Um,
I don't know. I mean, I feel like for me, it's location wise.
Yeah.
Like I've been in Malvern, Garnett, stuff like that, where it was a house setting, like it may have been used as a care facility. But you go to MSP and you're talking to prisoners, like they're not
Right.
always friendly.
Well, yeah, and everyone's lingo is different. So I guess I mean, I guess I'll give the energy that they're giving me.
Yeah.
Like, I guess we might provoke jokingly if they're joking with us, but we're not like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So it's like in that prison setting, one of our team members, he was like a bigger guy,
Mhm.
and the only thing that he seemed like he was getting was like the spirits were provoking him and being mean. And so I'm like, well, if you look at me and you look at the other team member, we're smaller. This he's got a huge beard, looks like a biker. They may think that you're a prison guard type of,
Yeah.
figure. So maybe that's
What
how
they
your
wanted.
night's gonna go. I don't know. But
I
yeah,
get
I mean, I don't necessarily be outright disrespectful.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, if that is what's gonna get that interaction and doing it respectfully, to
Playfully
me,
enough,
I feel like a
I
little
guess.
provoking is okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
I'm not going through smashing buildings and being
Right.
disrespectful in that manner just to try to get something out of them.
Of course. Yeah. No, great answer. Great answer. I love it. Uh, do you think that there are times when provocation is necessary?
What about necessary? Well, okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe if it's what if it's a really bad guy? It's a really bad dead guy. This guy
Yeah.
murdered a bunch of people. I might, yeah, I guess I might. Fuck him if he's a bad person, maybe. I don't want to say that though. I don't want to say I would, but
No, no, I totally get you. We actually
Yeah.
had an incident where there was a business that we were investigating, and the gentleman who had owned the business was the one suspected of haunting it. And in his life, he was not a good man.
Right.
He physically and mentally abused his wife for years and years and years. And eventually she left him, and he ended up, trying to run the business by himself, and then he passed away actually in the business. So with this in mind, when we went in there, I definitely got a little bit shitty with him, and I was like,
Yeah.
"You are a pile of crap. You are a wife beater. Blah 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 blah." I was really letting him have it, and I got some amazing EVPs actually. The very last thing before we left, I had said, "Hey, is there anything else that you want to say to us before we leave?" And clear as a bell, best class AEVP I've ever gotten. He says, "Yeah, go to hell."
All right, I'll meet you there.
Right? I've never in my life been so happy to be told to go to hell.
Yeah, I mean, I always look at it as like I should say I've been doing this for so long, but like, I start looking at the other side of like, how many times are people coming in and asking them, "Do you know you're dead? When'd you die?"
Right.
They're getting the same things over and over and over again. So are they more reserved at times when like a group comes in to be like, "Oh, great, here comes another set of questions." And then
Hmm.
you get somebody who just pokes the bear just a little bit, and then they're like, okay, they're not just going to ask me the same normal questions. Like,
Like, oh, this might be interesting.
yeah, this would be a night. Yeah.
No,
No.
agreed. Because that was always one of my concerns about like the pay to play places, right? Like, if you go in there and there's a group going in there every night, like, does it kill their batteries? Like, they work off of energy, right? So is it like, oh, well, so we've gone into Madison Seminary, for example, and the night before we were told that like a group was chased out of there and it was fucking dead that night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this group apparently had been in there like 4 or 5 times. They were regulars. And after this whatever the heck happened to them, apparently they stated that they were never returning.
Mm.
And we were like, "Oh, well, okay."
It's also the unfortunate side of the paranormal where it's like the lottery. You just never know what you're gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
it's
I
tough.
I desperately want to step into that building and have a night that makes me never want to return.
Uh,
That way I
that's-
can go back the next.
craving that
I would love that.
since I started. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely seen some crazy, some crazy stuff
Mhm.
before me. Like I'm visually looking at it, hearing it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm still waiting for that one time where I'm running because the long-standing joke is if I'm running out of there, you don't ask questions, you just follow along.
Just go. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we got a friend like that. We got a friend like that. His name's Dean. If Dean tells you it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah.
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 So, is there something that you have learned from your experiences, um, based on maybe consequences of something that happened that you now absolutely refuse to do or say or bring to an investigation?
Hmm.
Not me.
I think it's just because I was open from the very start. Um, that's a good one. I mean, I always hold like who I'm going with very like closely to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a very quiet person. I'm not the social one. She is.
Yeah.
Um, and so for me, it's like if it's just getting collab footage or something like that, but I know that they may not be the greatest person or their investigation style just may just be over the top. I've always was like, I'd rather not. Um, I don't interview people, but like, I don't know. It's always just been like
Be careful on who you're
yeah,
investigating with.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
it's not
also we all
necessarily
know,
like a Ouija board or a trinket or something. It's the type of people that you're investigating with.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I never really did Ouija boards before, like you and I, and now we bring it along. We don't use it every time, but it's just one of those things where it's like this may be the exact time location that it does work. I don't
A
know.
tool, just like all the other
Yeah.
tools. we
Yeah,
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I mean, we have handcuffs. It's like when we handcuff you to the chair in the bathroom at Garnett House.
Yeah. I think we try everything again. There's nothing that's like.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
that's
normal.
never
that's pretty
know.
much that's a great sort of triggering thing, though. I mean, that could really spark some activity. So yeah, no, agreed. Awesome. Um, so have you ever been to a location that had a really, really strong reputation, only to find that it absolutely did not live up to the hype?
Mhm. It's another good one because I always to me I don't one and done. I definitely try to go back because it's not a Halloween haunted attraction to where you're gonna get things. We all know
Exactly.
you'll spend 8 9 hours in a building and walk out with nothing but a
Yep.
caffeine rush and bags in
Exactly.
your eyes.
I mean, Garnett was a good example.
Yeah,
Like, I talked Garnett up a lot, and then we
yeah.
went and it was silent.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Their Beatty Mansion, I feel like, is another one. I don't know the if it does have like a huge reputation, but a lot of investigators have gone there,
Hmm.
and it's nothing against the owner of the building. Maybe it's just they don't like me. I don't know. The handful of times I've gone, I've gotten absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, was there a place that was like small and sort of underrated, and you went and it just blew you away?
I mean, yeah. There's been places that weren't even a haunted location, you know what I mean? That have
Yeah.
blown me away.
I mean, the Aurora brothel was
Yeah, the Aurora brothel just opening up and
one where it also like from the outside, it's just kind of like this is the place that I'm going to.
Yeah.
But then you step in and all that stuff happens, and you're like, wow, like the size, the location. It's one of those small towns where it's on the corner of their like downtown area. It's not like in the woods or
right, just in the middle of
yeah,
town or
backed
whatever.
up.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I don't know. I feel like all my locations I've really done have been like well-known places. The Glore Psychiatric Museum and St. Joseph, Missouri. I feel like while it had a reputation, I'm like, it's a museum, like an active museum. How crazy could it be? And then you go there and you're like, yeah, that's not what I expected because they have the tunnels there, all of the artifacts that were made from mental patients and stuff like that from the hospital. So the energy and everything that's kept within that building, you definitely get some interesting
It's
things.
a cool place to go if you guys haven't
Yeah.
been over there.
Yeah, we actually haven't been through a lot of the places you're talking. We've just never been in that area, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I plan on it though eventually, one of these days.
Yeah. There's a ton out there, I feel like, and everybody always gravitates to the MSPs or the larger locations. I mean, McIntyre Villa was another one in Kansas. When we've before our first investigation, it's a huge, beautiful house.
Beautiful house, yeah.
Like passing it, you would think that somebody lives there. And I'm like, this place is haunted. And then I get another shadow figure type of video captured and all kinds of stuff. So I definitely left there, and it was just like I can't just be judging places anymore by how they look
You just never know.
or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that completely. So we're gonna move on to a fun one that I really like. What are your go-to snacks or pre-game meal before an investigation?
Hmm. Pre-game meal, it's definitely just scoping out what's in the area. It always seems to be a Mexican restaurant, though.
Every place has a Mexican restaurant. And then we always regret it later.
Yeah, we're all sitting there at midnight trying to, get EVPs, and every few seconds we're like, "No, that was me. That was
Yeah,
me."
that was yep. I love that. I love that.
But snacks, definitely energy drinks.
Yeah.
I always like something sweet and something salty. So like a bag of chips and like some cookies or something. I always like a little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm more of a beverage guy. Give me I like my daily life. Give me water. Give me something that has flavor, so like a soda, and something that has caffeine. And
Amen to the caffeine, I'll tell you what.
yeah, I'll just eat what she brings.
There you go. Eat all her snacks. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have started doing the Sam's Costco type things,
Yeah, we're
and
oh yeah.
we kind of just live off that for our investigations until they run out.
Cool. Looking ahead, what is a place that is just 100% on your bucket list? You absolutely have to get there.
You go because yeah, you got yours.
I've always wanted to go to the Winchester Mystery House.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. And I feel like not enough people go over to the West Coast, I feel like the West Coast stays over there and we stay over there, but yeah, I've always just thought that whole story of Sarah Winchester is just so interesting. I just love to see like the house and the hallways and the doors that go to different places or nowhere.
Absolutely.
It's so
Agreed.
interesting.
That's fair. I feel like there's a lot of places on the East Coast, but you're right. Like, we got Trans-Allegheny, we got Pennhurst, we got Waverly. Like, I don't hear a lot on the West Coast.
Yeah, I feel like we don't
People
really
don't go there.
Yeah, we don't really get a lot of implants. I don't feel like Californians come up here to investigate and we don't really go
Yeah.
there either.
There. Yeah.
We're kind of in the middle, but everything's still so far. and it's
Yeah, we're
like,
so far down here.
I love that though.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, Waverly was always my first. I did that, check that off. She's not happy. As overhyped as it is, I'm still a very big prison, large locations like that. So Alcatraz is always number one. But also the Queen Mary.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, but also like
Awesome.
how many of those have we done where it's like we're in a building? Like that's not that's a ship. Like I want to experience something different.
It's actually really amazing that you said that because you hit on two pretty interesting things. So, the Queen Mary, I've actually been doing a crap ton of research. Do you remember? I don't know how old you guys are. We're kind of old. Back in the day, and you still can actually look at live cameras of the Willard Library. And watch sort of live footage, and you can like comment if you see something. Well, there used to be ones on the Queen Mary as well. So
That's cool.
yeah, so I've sort of always had a fascination with the Queen Mary, but the very last guest that we had, we actually interviewed Mandy from Ghost Sisters last week, and
Yep.
her go-to is Alcatraz.
Yep. I think whenever I did the podcast with our other company, we interviewed her as well. And that's what she was talking. Yeah, I remember her talking about that. It was never really on my list. Because I'm always just like,
Yeah,
so many people go there, blah blah blah. But I'm like, I would still, yeah, I would still like to go and see.
agreed,
But
agreed.
like
I
Titanic,
never,
Ghost Ships were my favorite movies.
oh man, that would
So
be
I'm like, yeah, Queen
awesome.
Mary would be great.
That'd be awesome. I never actually, I don't even think I really necessarily ever thought about going to Alcatraz, but once people started talking about it, I started thinking about it, and I was like, damn, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome. So, what is coming up next for Beyond the Veil? Is there any specific locations or projects or directions that you're really excited about?
Yeah.
So we're starting our own podcast. We
Kick
filmed
ass.
episode 1, and it'll come out February 3rd on our YouTube channel.
That
Um,
is awesome.
And just for all the paranormal people out there, it's not a paranormal podcast. We might talk about paranormal, but this will just be anything and everything that we've ever wanted to talk about.
I didn't want to necessarily be just strictly a paranormal podcast. Because I feel like, yeah, we have so many things to talk about. So it's just like a variety show podcast with paranormal investigators. And yeah, we'll do some lives and some stuff like that, obviously, because we still investigate, still showing evidence, still stuff like that.
Mhm. I think that's awesome. I am looking forward to it. I will definitely tune in for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so I want to ask you too. I I'm not going to keep you too much longer because I know that have had you for a while now, and I appreciate you so much. But this one's kind of a hot button that I really, really got intrigued by. What are your thoughts on the state of the paranormal field today, like as it is? And to sort of even elaborate on that, we all lived through the age of Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International, and, the political side of it and all of that stuff. What do you think about it now?
What time is it? We gotta. uh, man. I don't know. It's such a weird question because it all kind of goes into what are you expecting to get out of what you're doing.
Everybody does this for so many different reasons.
Yeah, and because of COVID, there was an influx of everybody thinking that they can do it, which they can. There's absolutely nobody who can't do it. Um, but I feel like a lot of them may have been doing it for the wrong reasons, which was social media fame, and they may have caught something in that time, and they continue to do it. A lot of those channels probably died down, but expecting to do this to become the next Baggins, to be the next Ghost Adventures type of thing. It's never going to happen again. Like those guys paved the way for us to do what we are doing now. Um, and there, I just don't think it will ever. Nobody will ever come and be to that like status to me. Um,
Or, have such extravagant amounts of money to throw around,
yeah,
and make
yeah,
their name as big as they want it to.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. So yeah, to me, it's just what are you if you're wanting social media fame and you're wanting the clicks and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like any other hobby, any other thing on YouTube. Um, but then I feel like it kind of I wouldn't say dims the light on the people like us that are doing it, but it definitely from an outsider perspective, people look at us and then they're like, "Oh, you're just another such and such or whatever." There's been locations that we've been to that they have. I say they as in like the creators and stuff like that. Um, give the location maybe a negative view. So you have those people who create videos that have thousands of people watching are now thinking that like, oh, this house is demonic, and it may not be. It's just one of those things where it's like if you have a following, people tend to stick to what you're saying. So I don't know. It's an interesting time, but I feel like there's just so much drama within the paranormal community, and
Yeah.
I'm not a person that leaps into it and gets all into it. So I'm like, I don't know. To me, this is a hobby. Like I could stop doing it tomorrow and I could be fine. I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't make money doing this, so
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
not going to
Yeah.
involve myself in.
most of us don't make money doing this,
I'm not going to involve myself in that much drama daily to drive me
I
crazy.
I like to refer to it as a professional hobby because it's professional in the way that, we spend a lot of time and resources to make it happen, but a
Yeah.
hobby in where all that money that I spent doesn't actually come back to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's my professional hobby.
Yeah. Then you get the people that are like, starting drama. Like, if we go to a location, they go to a location, and I'm like, we're both paying the same amount of money to go to these places. Like,
There are just plenty of EVPs to go around, folks.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
it went from trying to get collectively. I feel like trying to get just as much evidence as we can of anything. EVPs, a ball moving, to it being mine's better than yours. So your whatever you're doing isn't real or doesn't matter type of thing. Is
Yeah,
what it feels
yeah.
like.
And I got to be honest, that's actually why we have sort of strayed from our normal podcast banter and started going into interviewing other groups. Because for us, I just think it's incredibly important that all of us like-minded people are a real community. There is no reason for us to fight against each other. We should be working together to I don't care whose evidence is better. If you come up with something amazing and you show me a actual apparition, I'm going to be like, damn, good for you. Now what can we
Yeah.
learn from it as a community?
Yeah.
So I just think that we all kind of need to, hold hands and sing kumbaya.
Yeah.
We need something.
Just an entire paranormal cleanse, just
Yeah.
a refresh and
Something.
Agreed.
I don't know.
So, with that said, um, I want you guys to give us all of your socials and all of the good stuff so that my audience knows who you are and can become your audience too.
Um, so our main following and where we've kind of gone back to is TikTok. Is what I think it's beyond the veil.
No, it's go.
Go beyond the veil.
It's go beyond the veil.
So we're starting this beyond the veil very late, in which we noticed that a lot of the usernames of just beyond the veil were taken. So
They're not even real account. They're just like
Yeah.
have nothing
we
there.
had to like navigate our way around it. Our YouTube is go beyond the veil _YT. Try to keep it simple. We did a lot of like long form content. It's such a pain in the butt with editing. So that is primarily going to be our house for our podcast. We'll still post videos, stuff like that there. So TikTok and YouTube are pretty popular.
TikTok is go beyond the veil.
Yeah, go beyond the veil. All of our logos are the same on all of them.
And then Facebook is just beyond the veil.
Yeah, we've picked up a lot recently on our Facebook. we still post content there, photos, stuff like that. Um, I mean, we have
Okay.
Instagram, but we really don't use it that often.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even sure I know how to use Instagram.
All of them.
I'm like, we got like 3 things right now. I don't need more.
It's a lot.
I love it. I love it. And then what's the channel going to be on YouTube? Is that going to be Go Beyond the Veil as well?
As of right now, to be honest, we were thinking about changing the YouTube channel name
Yeah.
so it would be easier to find. Because right now it's kind of hard to find. Like you have to really type in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Go Beyond the Veil _ YT. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to change it to like something like BTV channel or something, so it's kind of easier to find. I think maybe that underscore is what's kind of throwing it off.
Yeah.
But right now, that's what it kind of remains as.
And if you do find one of our socials, you should be able to find the link tree.
Yeah, our Facebook has all the links posted. I don't know. I think TikTok does as well.
So hopefully y'all can find us.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely post all of them and just link it all over the place because I know that the people who follow us and listen to our podcast, we got some really freaking amazing people who love to like share with us and learn with us, and they're so cool. I just absolutely love the whole community. So to sort of exit the conversation, what is the one piece of advice that you would give to a brand new person who is just now starting out paranormal investigations?
Be open-minded. You don't have to buy all the fancy equipment at first. If you want to just use your phone, you can do recordings on your phone, voice recordings on your phone, take pictures, take videos on your phone. Go get a twist on, twist off flashlight. Cat balls are cheap. If you want to get yourself out there and get some stuff going, buy the cheap stuff first, see how you like it. Or you can go to a paranormal event and use their equipment and then decide what you like.
Yeah, being and doing all kind of sorts of things within the paranormal community. I've always kept the one rule to myself, which is just being authentic. You know, be you. Do what you want to do. Don't do what you think others will like. Because you're gonna be told a million different things. Yeah, I mean, you can choose the collab, you can do all that, but if you just want to do it yourself and take a flashlight or do whatever, there was a reason why you wanted to start doing this. So yeah, just be authentic.
Absolutely
Don't
love it.
lie.
I couldn't agree more, honestly, with all of that. Truthful honesty. Tell us what you actually got, because making shit up doesn't help the field any at all.
It always comes around to bite you in the ass later on.
It sure does. It sure does. I've seen it happen to other people, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
But either way, I would absolutely love to have you guys in Ohio sometime. If you ever get up this direction, do not forget to call my number because we are going to go party at like Madison or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Fairfield County Infirmary.
We're gonna
We'll
pay to
do-
play.
you know what? I will pay and we will play.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. But again, thank you guys so very much for coming on the interview. I really, really appreciate you. I'm super glad to have you in our community. I'm super excited about all the cool stuff you've got going on. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to YouTube when that episode drops. You said February the 2nd?
Third.
Yeah.
3rd.
Tuesday.
Okay, beautiful. The 3rd. Got it. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you.
Good. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, cool. So we can go ahead and cut it there. And yeah, for real, guys, I really did enjoy talking to you. It sounds